Damien, and we work in the student success area at Cuyahoga Community College. Thank you so much for logging in to attend this session, Why is Tri-C Texting Me? And Other Weird Things About Online Learning. We just wanted to welcome you and let you know that you are muted upon entry, but you can feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions or use the chat feature on the screen to ask questions and engage with other attendees. You are watching this session as a part of our pilot virtual success week, something that we thought we would try out this summer now that everyone is doing some online learning. In the event that we are mainly online in the fall, we will be doing this on a larger scale come fall semester. Thank you for joining us. So as I mentioned, we are Megan and Damien. I'm Megan, and I work as a retention project manager at Tri-C's West Campus. I've been at Tri-C for about 6 years now, and I might have worked with some of you when I was a recruitment specialist in the enrollment center. I came out and visited a lot of high schools, so I might see some familiar faces. I have a new baby at home, so quarantine life hasn't been completely terrible. I also have a beautiful sassy cat named Girl Cat. She's in the room right now with me, so you might see her. And I have an equally as beautiful, but not quite as sassy husband named AJ. I have spent pretty much all of my free time in quarantine binge watching literally everything on Netflix, thanks to Damien. He's my Netflix buddy. And fun fact, I have won over 10 radio contests. So I always say, call, even if you think you're not going to win, because somebody has to win every time.
And Megan's right. You have to call to win. Hey there, I'm Damien Thorkelson. I'm a student success specialist at the Western Campus. Been with the college for 15 years, and Megan and I work hand in hand, to make sure we have outreach for you. Fun fact about me, I've been playing guitar for over 25 years. Avid Cleveland fan, season ticket holder for way too many of the teams in the area. And I love going for walks with my little beagle that I rescued. Anytime it's sunny out, we are outside. If I'm not here working, helping students, and we're out there playing with a ball or just having a good time out there. But we want to thank you for attending this event. That means a lot. And we want to let you know what we do and how we're here to help. And to help this transition to online learning, remote learning completely is new to all of us. So that's why we're here reaching out to you. All right. So why are we texting you? All right. We want you to know that we are your link to Tri-C. Even though traditional college environment, everything that goes with that has been put on hold right now, we want you to know that we are here to help. We are here to be your link, your resource, somebody that's going to be outreaching to you. So just so you know, you're going to be getting texts from us, and that's why you're getting a lot of texts from us, because we want you to know that any questions you have, we want to keep you informed of what's going on, and we want to help you transition to working in a virtual environment. Also, I don't know about you, but I haven't answered a phone in 20 years. So who likes to answer a phone anyway? And the nice part about texting and why we do that outreach is because if you have a question at 2 in the morning and it's in your head, you can send it to us and we will respond to you the next day or as soon as we can. Also, our text outreach is something that you can keep in your phone, and if something is not quite going right or you have a question on something, reach out to us. And if we don't have the answer, we will reach out to find the answer for you. So that's something that I want you to keep in mind on this. So don't delete our number. Don't block our text. It is an important resource because we are advocates for you. But if you don't want us to text you and you're getting tired of, some of our messages, I don't know who would want to stop text from me. But I will tell you, you can hit stop and we will not respond to you. We will take you off the texting list and we'll stop responding and sending you text. However, you can always come back. So keep that in mind. But please don't block us. But if you do, know that you can come back.
I always think it's funny too, because people don't always realize that we are real people texting back and forth. So I think that this session is important so you can meet the people who are texting. Sometimes we get students who reply and they're like, who is this? And they don't expect us to actually answer.
And
So
the best part about it is, and I will tell you this is fact, is that people respond thinking we were robots or we're bots. And we're people, so you can see that's Megan up there, that's me here, and we are real people responding to you.
I am not a robot. I can. So what we're going to be doing in this session is kind of going over some of the different resources that students might not be aware of or haven't utilized in the past, especially for the type of learner who really prefers to be face-to-face. Maybe online learning is new to you and you never really expected it. So virtual resource number one is a really good first place to start if you are kind of uncomfortable with online learning or you've never done it, or even if you think you're pretty seasoned at it, but you might want to brush up on some skills. So we have a resource called M.O.R.E, and it is the My Online Readiness Experience. And what it is basically like a 45-minute video, interactive video. It has 3 parts. It kind of walks you through the technology needed for online learning, how you might need to tweak your study skills. Definitely, there's a lot more onus on the student when you are in charge of your own schedule and studying, and you don't have to go face-to-face to classes and things like that. And same thing with communication skills. I know personally, I have had to tweak my communication skills just being in a 100% virtual environment. I like to think that I'm a pretty effective communicator, but sometimes things come across different when you are using email versus when you communicate face to face. So I think that this resource kind of walks you through some really good tips on how to be successful in the technology realm, how to study successfully, and communicate effectively. It will also walk you through some of the different technologies that you have to use at Tri-C specifically. So one of which is Blackboard Learn, which Damien's going to go over in a little bit. But I know if you're not used to online learning, Blackboard Learn can be confusing in itself, even finding it on my Tri-C space. So if you are interested or you feel like you could brush up on some skills, you can go to www.tric.edu/more to do that assessment. And then in the bottom of every virtual resource, we have a quick tip. So quick tip is that a lot of students don't realize that even in online learning, we have a virtual attendance policy. So students are required to log in at least 2 times per week and submit 1 assignment per week for the first 2 weeks of the semester in order to be counted as attending a class. If you have not met the attendance requirements within the first 2 weeks, you're going to be considered not attending and you would actually be dropped from your class. So we have had a couple students say, hey, I was dropped for non-attendance, but I was attending. What do you do in that situation? You would want to email your professor directly from your Tri-C email and let them know, hey, I was dropped for non-attendance. What's going on? I submitted my assignment, and we can get you reinstated to the class.
You can't reiterate that enough. Kind of going into Blackboard, logging in is one of the most essential key components to your education, especially in this virtual distance environment. So in Blackboard, when you log in, it sends a notice to your professor that you're in and lets them know that you're participating. So if you're one of those people that said, oh, I'll do everything last minute, just make sure you log in last minute every week, 2 times, like Megan said, and submit that assignment. And you do such in Blackboard Learn. Blackboard Learn is an environment where the professors are going to interact with you in a whole bunch of different ways. You can access your assignments, submit your assignments. You're going to work with your classmates through online chat portals. You'll chat with your professor on there, send messages, emails with them. They will post virtual lectures. They might post videos of previous lectures. They're going to post their syllabus and assignments. This is an environment that's to mimic and make you feel like you're in a classroom in a virtual setting. Take some time, play around with it, click around. You can't break anything to figure out how to get the flow of Blackboard. I teach a class and I'm in classes virtually right now. And it's one of those things where until you play around with it and feel comfortable with it, it can be very overwhelming and confusing. However, once you get into a flow and a rhythm and you set up your schedule and how you're going to do things on Blackboard, it becomes second nature. When you're on there, all teachers should post a syllabus, okay? Make sure it's not just something they post like terms and conditions on your iPhone or Android that you say accept and go on. What you're doing is it's telling you what the class is, what the expectations are, and what you will do on a weekly basis. It's basically a roadmap and lays out everything you have to do. So make sure you take some time to read that and let you know what the teacher does and does not expect out of you from the class. Also on Blackboard Learn, the nice part about working in a virtual environment is that anything that you submit, once it is graded and viewed by the professor, you can see that and you can see your grades as you go. So the nice part is you have a constant update and you have a constant idea where you're at in that class. So that way you know where you stand, you know where you may need some help, and you can ask your professor for help or tutoring resources, which we'll talk in a little bit. Also, Blackboard Learn, some professors will ask you to do group projects, and you're probably asking yourself, how do I do a group project sitting in front of a computer or my iPad or tablet and work with somebody else? They create like group rooms, chat rooms that you will work with your counterparts, your peers, the other students in class to complete the work. So that way, if you're working on a paper together, a project, you can do so in a collaborative environment. And the good part about what Blackboard Learn is, we also offer Office 365, which allows you to do your work and store it in an online environment in the cloud so that we can share with your counterparts and peers very easily, rapidly back and forth and work in real time as well. There are tutorials for Blackboard Learn. They do take you to an external website, Tri-C's website. Go through that. Feel free to play around. It's a very useful resource. And if you have any questions, you can ask your professor, your teacher, or us, and we will get the answers for you. And a real quick tip, using Blackboard on a mobile phone on the website, like a web app like Chrome or Firefox, doesn't come across so well. So download the mobile app. It makes your life so much easier to look at assignments, look at chats, and interact with your professors on the go. Like I said, who really likes to answer the phone? Who likes to sit in front of the computer all day? So this way you're not missing anything while you're out living your life.
So virtual resource and tip number 3 is testing. So if you're used to face-to-face coursework, when you take your tests, you sit in the classroom and the teacher hands out the test, or maybe you do it electronically, but you're in a proctored environment. And we know that when you are working virtually, a proctored environment isn't necessarily something that is similar when you're working virtually. So we have a resource called Proctoru, and basically what it is a resource that teachers can use when they want their virtual tests to be proctored. You as the student would be able to schedule a time to take your test. So whether it's a midterm exam, a final exam, you are encouraged to schedule the test 72 hours in advance. You do have to have proper technology available to take the test. So you do have to have a webcam, you have to have internet connection. If you have any issues getting those types of resources, webcam, Wi-Fi, please let us know. We have some resources available on the financial side to help you with that. And there are ways that you can test your computer in advance to make sure that ProctorU works with your computer and the technology that you have. There are tutorials for how to use ProctorU, and your faculty member should be able to walk you through that as well, because they're used to using it now that we've been virtual for a couple months. So be sure, test your computer, find out whether or not your class requires ProctorU. and you can check out the tutorials online. Quick tip, even though we are learning 100% online, if you have ever been on campus, you know that faculty members have these office hours where you can stop by, pop into their office, ask your questions, make sure it's like guaranteed time that you can get face time with your faculty member outside of class. Well, even though we are virtual, that is still a requirement, and all of our faculty members do have virtual office hours. So be sure to check out your syllabus, ask your faculty member when that time might be for that class and that professor, because you don't want to lose that engagement and that interaction just because you're taking your class online.
So something that Megan and I are both real big proponents on is tutoring and tutoring resources. A lot of people don't realize that even though we're not on campus, we have virtual tutoring, and it's available to all our students. Best part, free. So right now, if you ever have any problems in your classes, or if you need some questions answered, a little bit of help in math, maybe your biology, you can get tutoring resources provided by the college for free. They are, and it's also, you can get it 24/7, but I'll talk about that here in a second. But you can get these tutoring resources. They can call you. You can ask a quick question by email and they'll answer you back, or they can actually schedule a WebEx appointment, kind of like what you're using right now, to view what you're working on and interact one-on-one with a tutor. So if you have any questions, the details are on the screen, but if you're looking to get tutoring at the Western campus, you can call 216-987-5683 or email tutoringwest@tri-c.edu, and you want to leave a detailed message including your name, student number, the subject that you're requesting, and the time that works best for you for tutoring. They will contact you probably at your college email address or call you back within about 24 business hours. That's Monday through Friday. But feel free to attend a tutoring session. When you go, you just pick the subject you want, and it goes pretty fluidly. But I will tell you that, let's say you're like me and you're a 2 a.m. worker and you have a question. We actually have Smart Thinking 24/7, where you can ask and look up a question in subjects that you may have. You can submit a paper. They'll help make suggestions and edits to help you, whatever subject you may be working in. So take advantage of these resources, because not only will it help you with your class, but it'll help you be successful in the long run. So now let's talk a little bit about counseling, all right? Counseling at Tri-C is one of the tools that we have that we tell all students they need to take advantage of their entire academic career, both academically and personally. Our academic counselors not only advise on classes, helping you stay on track in your program and to meet your degree requirements, but they also provide personal counseling as well. They're there to be a support system both academically, personally, to make sure that you succeed while in college. So if you're having problems with the class, or if you're having problems, with a relationship or personally, our counseling is there to help. So take advantage of it. But how do you take advantage of them when we're in distance? We do appointments via phone and also WebEx, and you can schedule those, and those are private. And they would set them up to your time, and you'll have a counselor from one of our Tri-C campuses contact you. The virtual services, the one-on-one counseling are offered Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. And you want to schedule that appointment so that way it's you and you alone. So you can do that through our eSAR site, as the link above, as you can see. Also, they will talk to you if you're doing an academic counseling appointment about DegreeWorks. DegreeWorks is a great tool that you can use in between counseling appointments to make sure you're staying on track towards your degree. It lays out the classes that you and your counselor picked that you agreed that should go towards your degree, what you need, and what's left to go. It tells you how much you've completed, where you've been, and where you're going. So you can use that to stay on track to get towards your degree. Awesome tool. make sure that you check it out, play around with it, and it tells you exactly what you need to take if for those times that you can't get into counseling to talk to our awesome counseling staff. The numbers are on the screen for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to them. And I will tell you, they are an amazing staff and they go above and beyond to make sure that your needs are met.
Awesome. I love DegreeWorks. I think DegreeWorks is such a good resource. I know when I was in college, I was like constantly checking. Of course, I had to do it on paper. I didn't have DegreeWorks, but I was constantly checking like to make sure that I was taking the right classes in the right order and could I graduate early, which I didn't want to because college was super fun. But if I did want to, DegreeWorks would have been a pretty great resource for that.
You are 100% right. And it's also, it's the best tool to let, just to let you know, like what's available. You can get an idea of what's coming up in the future. It's just awesome.
And if you want to change your major and you aren't sure like how your classes will apply, you can change it. You can do like what's called a what if and change your major. So one of the fun parts about working from home is you never know what's going to happen. And I do have to tell you that right outside my door, they're doing massive yard work. So I'm going to talk pretty loud because I don't know if you can hear the lawnmower that is like 5 feet away from my window. So
sounds great, Megan.
That's life, right? That's life. We're all in it together. So one of the biggest adjustments I think that a lot of our students are encountering, not only in working from home remotely, maybe you're a full-time parent, a full-time employee, a full-time student all at once from home, is the financial implication that this global pandemic has had on us. So if affording college was hard before, it's even harder right now for a lot of our students. So we want to make sure that you are aware of all of the financial resources that are available to you, and some of them are unique to the current situation. So just so you're aware, we have daily live virtual workshops Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. where you can interact with a financial aid advisor, director of financial aid. There is one every single day this week, so don't forget to attend those. Today, it's a live Q&A. You can just ask your financial aid questions. So definitely check that out. We are encouraging all students to fill out the free application for federal student aid. And that's something that we always encourage students to do, but especially during this time, because a lot of students don't realize that you can fill out something called a special conditions form if you've lost your job recently and your tax information isn't exactly the same as it was 2 years ago, which is what your financial aid is based off of. So you can file for financial aid, fill out a special conditions form, special circumstance form. You can work with financial aid on that if your finances have changed. So if you've lost your job, if you have encountered something due to the pandemic or otherwise, that there's been a huge change in your income.
That basically means that you might qualify for money that you didn't know you qualified for.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. And in order to get any of our scholarships, you do have to have a FAFSA on file. So we have a general scholarship application on our website, and we have hundreds of scholarships out there that a lot of students don't even realize. They're not just for brand new students to college. They're for returning students, transfer students. They're pretty much open to all students. So go to our scholarships website, fill that out. It's going to ask you a general series of questions, and then it's going to get a little bit more specific based on your particular situation. So are you a veteran? Do you work for a certain company? Because we work very closely with some companies that provide scholarship dollars to our students. So unique to this current time frame is the full tuition assistance program. And you might have seen some commercials about it. Basically, the full tuition assistance program is geared towards students who have had a financial hardship due to COVID-19. And in order to be eligible for the full tuition assistance program, you do have to fill out the online application for the program online. You can go to our website, type in full tuition assistance program, or I can send you the link, whatever you need. You do have to have a FAFSA on file, and you do have to be in the process of enrolling at the college. So you do have to apply, go through the enrollment process, and plan on taking coursework here. So if you have any questions about that, it's a really great opportunity. Check it out, and I can help you through that process as well. And then the CARES Act. Many of us have heard about the CARES Act as it pertains to unemployment right now, but Tri-C also offers CARES Act dollars to students who were affected by COVID-19 this past spring semester. So if you were a spring student and you had to change you were affected by it. So you were taking classes online, now you're taking in person, now you're taking them online. You had to buy a computer, among a million other things that we're all experiencing. You may be eligible for CARES Act dollars. So on our website, CARES Act Student Emergency Fund, as of right now, that is only available to students who are enrolled in the spring term, but that could be changing in the future. So quick tip, and this is a huge quick tip. So I'm going to pause. Huge quick tip. We have 24/7 live chat on our website. From 8:30 to 5, it is manned by Tri-C staff members that you can interact with one-on-one, and then after hours, we have additional staff who are able to help you out. But from 8:30 to 5, you can interact with financial aid, admissions, recruitment, Veterans Affairs, international nursing. I know that's a big one. I get a lot of questions about nursing that really need to be answered by the department. So you can do a live chat and get your answers or questions answered right then and there. So you can find that website at www.tri-c.edu/chat.
All right, so looking at ITS Student Services, this page here, what this is our technical support for our students, okay? These are the people that are gonna help you if you have a problem logging into your account, like your My Tri-C space, your email, if there's a Blackboard issue, if the accounts aren't linking, these are the individuals that are gonna be there to support you through this. Also, we all get locked out of our account sometimes. You forget your password, or if you're like me, I leave caps lock on and I put a password in 42 times and I get locked out. These are the individuals that you want to contact to get that account unlocked. And what they'll do is they're going to ask a lot of questions. I'm just being upfront with this because they want to protect your identity and your security. Once they verify who you are, they will help you with any problems that you're having. Also, if you can't or having problems changing your password, even though we have tutorials to walk you through that, they're there to help you with that as well. Also, little thing that people, everybody knows that college students get discounts if you show your ID somewhere. I like saving people money. This ITS has discounts for our students, so that way you can get discounted software and programs that you may be paying full price for. With your college tuition, you get Office 365 for free. However, you can actually get discounts to buy Microsoft Office suites if you want the traditional programs on your computer or laptop, on your Mac. You can also get other programs that we offer through the cloud. We have discounts with Adobe. So you can get the monthly subscription service at a reduced rate that's so much less than what you would normally pay. Go on through your student portal on your My Tri-C space and look, there are a ton of student discounts that you're eligible for that you may not even know that you could be eligible for and that you might need for your classes or your, afterwards after you graduate to use in your professional careers. Also, we also offer WebEx for students. You heard me talk earlier about WebEx being available through counseling, to have one-on-one chats with your professors. This is a tool, much like what we're using now, so that way you can have face-to-face communications with, with the staff, with the professors, or counseling. So make sure that you do sign up for the WebEx program and software, so that way you have it if you need it. If you never use it, then it's just sitting there for you. Also, our ITS student services are there for technical support. They will try to work as best as they can, and they work tirelessly to make sure that your equipment can be used to complete your classes successfully. There's nothing worse than saying, my computer can't submit an assignment and it's beyond your control. So they're there to be a resource and to outreach to get that help. So you can reach them 24/7 at 216-987-4357. Use them if you need them. It's an awesome resource. And I will tell you, please check out their discount software. Save that money.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good tip. So speaking of technical support, I am not technologically savvy, and I do believe that I may have skipped a slide, and I did. So we are going to go back in time and do virtual resource number 7.
So
And
we're
we're
going
going
to
to skip ahead.
Tarantino this. Yeah, we're going to Tarantino this. We started at the front and we went backwards.
Yep, but at least I caught it. So, because this is a good one. You don't want to miss out on this. So StudentLingo is an on-demand, it's basically student success workshops, just like we're doing all week. These are ones you can watch on demand. So it's basically help when you need it. If you haven't noticed, that's kind of the theme we're trying to get across here. We are here for you 24/7 because we know not everyone is learning at the same pace. Not everyone is taking classes between the hours of 9 to 5. So we want to make sure that you are aware of all the resources available to you 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So there's lots of workshops. Some of my favorites I highlighted: overcoming math anxiety. That's a big one. Huge one for our students, actually. I feel like I need to take that, and I'm not even taking a math class. So tips for being successful in online courses, communicating in online courses. Like I said earlier, it's just different now. It just is. You don't have that face-to-face interaction, and sometimes things come across differently. So learning how to communicate effectively online, exploring careers. Maybe you're looking for a new career right now, or you want to change your major, and what does that look like? Stress management. That's definitely one that I think a lot of us can benefit from right now. Working from home and taking online classes does not equal easier. It actually, to me, equals a lot harder. Spreading yourself really thin in a lot of areas and not feeling like you're succeeding in one specific area of them because you're kind of trying it all. So stress management, time management, but there's tons. So to access StudentLingo, you actually go to the StudentLingo website. So it's studentlingo.com/TriC. But if you go to TriC's site, you can look up StudentLingo.
And I will tell you that the effective communication online is a good, take a look at it. It's a good tool to have. I took their tips and tricks because sometimes when you're communicating online, you can't see someone's face. So sarcasm doesn't come across, but it helps you learn how to type things out to make sure that you're coming across effectively.
Absolutely. So the quick tip here is just honestly check it out. They're quick. Some of them are just a couple minutes, and they can really give you some good little nuggets of information to help yourself. So like I said, we're on number 7, but we already did number 8. So now we're going to number 9. So student complaints, concerns, and compliments. This is a resource that I'm not sure all of our students know about. So did you know that if you have a concern about pretty much anything in terms of education, your education at Tri-C, you can submit a complaint or concern. It can be academic. So if you have concerns pertaining to your final grades, or anything academic based, you can submit something. Like I said, you can dispute a final grade. You can, if you have concerns regarding your student experience, something that you experienced either in class or out of class. Title IX pertains to sexual harassment, gender discrimination, or assault. We absolutely, being the inclusive environment that we strive to be, we absolutely want to know if you've experienced anything of discomfort in those areas. ADA 504 grievance is discrimination based on a disability. So same thing. We have no tolerance for these types of behaviors. So definitely let us know. And then I also think one that's often overlooked is the compliments and kudos section. and it's okay, but I know personally, a lot of times we're very quick to give feedback if it's negative and not so quick to give feedback if it's a positive. And if you have a really great experience with a faculty member or at the enrollment center, you had a really great EC rep experience, or you attended this great success week session and you just want to tell everyone about it, go to the compliments and kudos section. I always think it's important to recognize the good things as well as the troubling things. So these complaints and concerns and compliments and kudos all go through the Student Affairs office at your respective campus. So each campus has this process. At the West Campus, your Dean of Student Affairs is Dr. Tim Dorsey. So you might see him around. He usually does the trivia sessions during Success Week. So if we're back on campus, you'll see him doing that. So anything, general complaint, concern, good things, bad things, we want to hear from you. So your feedback is important.
Thanks, Megan. And, we're here at number 10, the end of our slides, and we want you to know we want to hear from you. We're here reaching out to you. As we've proved today, we are real people. I have the pleasure of working with Megan, and she's amazing at outreach, and we try to work together to make sure that we're answering every question and concern that comes across. So take advantage of our expertise, our resources, and we're here for you. Our phone number, you're going to get it. It's a couple different lines that we might text from. One is 216-200-5695, and the other one is 216-245-9798. You can also email too. Our emails are on the screen. But we really want to thank you for attending, watching our video. We hope that you found the resources and the information useful. And, we look forward to working with you in this virtual environment and when we get back on campus.
Awesome. Thank you so much for attending. I've been monitoring the chat and I haven't seen any questions come through. So again, we just want to say thank you so much for attending. We hope that you are able to attend several additional sessions this week during our virtual Success Week. You may be receiving a survey later on about Success Week, so give us some feedback on how we can improve in the future. But we hope to talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.